Hey, Floppycatters! Today we're going to convert my original Litter Robot 3 into a Litter Robot Connect, which means it will have Wi-Fi. So right now, the blue that's around that will change to those darker black gray colors, and then we'll have the little Wi-Fi symbol on top. If you have a old Litter Robot that didn't have Connect, or if you bought one without Connect, you can buy an upgrade kit from them that comes in the mail. It says Connect on the back of it. And inside you will find instructions on how to do that, which we were gonna do today in this video. And then also it comes with a chip and then that new black decal that will go right there where the blue one is. I have already done a video on this with my brother-in-law because my sister has a Bisque Litter Robot 3 that came without Connect. It was produced and manufactured before that happened. And hers is a little bit newer than mine. Mine's about 5 years old now. And we went ahead and did that one, but this time I'm gonna do it by myself so you guys can see how you can do it by yourself as well. All the inner workings of this functionality are in the base of the Litter Robot. So what we wanna do is power the Litter Robot off, which is just this right here. And then you want to unplug it from the back, which is found right here. And then you can decide whether or not you wanna unplug it from the power source. I did unplug ours because this would be like a live wire and lots of fun string for a cat, so just better to undo that. We have the ramp on this one, so I just remove that, and then I'm going to remove the bonnet and then the globe to access the base. This would be a good time for me to go ahead and clean it. However, it's not to the point of needing to be cleaned, so I'm not gonna worry about that right now. All right, step one, I'll probably move it from the wall so that it's easier to access. To remove the bonnet, there are little tabs right here that you push in, and then you're gonna push it back to release, and you can set that aside. Then you can remove the globe, just lift it straight up and put it somewhere where the litter isn't gonna fall out and you have to clean that up later. And then we are left with just the base. There's actually a little bit of urine that's dried in the base, so I'm gonna clean all that up and vacuum it out before we get into the inner workings of it. So I just got a wet washcloth to wipe down the inner track here where I unexpectedly found some dried urine. I have no idea how that happened. It's never happened in the 5 years that we've had this. So that's interesting. Because I'm wiping this inner track down, I'm going to have to put new lubricant on it, which is just furniture polish. And that's happened to me before, where if it's not properly lubed up, then it won't glide on the track like it is intended to do so. And then there's just a little bit of litter around here that I want to get rid of, because anytime you have dust and debris around electronics, we all know that that doesn't help them perform at their best. So might as well just get it to a point where it's perfectly clean and ready to go. Litter Robot's instructions say first to remove this blue plastic piece. It suggests using a blade to do that, but I actually found that my trusty fingernail also helped to loosen it. So you just pull that off. Then inside the box was that bubble wrap package that contained this, the black piece we're gonna put on top, and then the microchip stuff for the Wi-Fi. I chose to wipe off the buttons, so I'm gonna let that area dry. And in the meantime, you can see that this whole piece right here, kind of the different colored plastic piece, is gonna come apart. And to release that, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that I need to loosen. The screws are Phillips head, so we're just going to remove those. Once those are loosened, looks like you can just pop that off. So you just lift that up, and then that gives you access to everything underneath. And I actually see a little bit of urine right there again. I must not have installed the bonnet correctly the last time that I had it on here. The good thing is I don't see any urine within the mechanical structure and the electronical structure, so that is a good thing, my friends. So this is what it looks like after you have removed this piece. And now for the scary part for me. I forgot to put this on before I removed it, and I could put it on now and just align everything, but I think I would prefer to do it when the buttons were in there, so I didn't have any problems with the buttons. So I'll wait until the end to do that part. And the screws fell out, so I'll go ahead and put them in a safe spot there so I can find them later. The screws that were holding this down came out. Put that in there, and this part. I am finding lots of reasons to keep my handy dandy stick vacuum around because there was some stuff in here. I mean, after 5 years, I think it's probably inevitable. So I just want to make sure everything is clean and dust free. Now it says unplug the 3 connectors on the circuit board. Before installing the new circuit board, ensure that the motor sits flush in the motor cavity and that no wires are in the way of the motor's gears. So that's all of this business. This is the motor, and then this is the gear. So I need to disconnect this circuit board from those. So now what I need to do is unhook these. They're just like little tiny plugs from this circuit board. I remember when I was in middle school or maybe even elementary school, we would look at little circuit boards like this, and it would be like a city. I mean, you can imagine those were little buildings and stuff. It shows the wires all back in here, but mine is actually taped down. So I'm gonna keep it as it is and just know that it's not near the motor or the gears. Then it says remove the rubber keypad, which I've done from the circuit board, setting the circuit board aside, which I've also done. So now we're gonna install the rubber circuit board cover over the new circuit board. Make sure that it is securely fitted along the edges. Here's the new circuit board, which comes in a little plastic baggie. Take that out with a little more care. And here's the new one on the other side. They say to take the rubber part, which obviously can only fit really one way. If you put it on this side, then obviously all of those little city things that I was talking about earlier are going to be sticking out. You can see how the little rubber lip fits over the new circuit board. Now it says to connect the DFY wires to the 4-pin connection on the new circuit board. Connect the remaining wires to the 6-pin and 8-pin connectors on the new circuit board. So this, I sort of had a small panic attack because I don't have a lot of confidence in my ability to do this, and you guys won't know, but I'm gonna be cheering myself on when this is done. So this is 4, 6, and 8, which makes it easier to know that you're not gonna screw it up. Gotta use your common sense too. Here's the new circuit board. So here's the 4. There's a tiny little piece that is lifted there. So you can see which angle it goes in. Then there's a void in the circuit board there too. And the circuit board female plug. This is, I think that one clicked in. And now for the last one, the 8 one. I'm just gonna make sure that they're secure in there. Then you replace the circuit board cover, making sure all the buttons are in place. So this is where I am right now. And you can see that it sits right in these little holes. So I'll try to line that up when I put the circuit board cover back on. Well guys, unfortunately, Houston, we have a problem. Ready, cycling, timing, all 3 lights are blinking. So I did something wrong when I put everything back together, and I emailed Litter Robot support, and I got an email back from them So they have given me specific instructions on what to do, and it looks like we get to take the unit apart again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. They're suspecting that the reason for this issue with the 3 lights flashing on the control panel, or that the globe is stopping in the incorrect position, is that the position sensor may have been accidentally knocked out of place. So that's what I'm looking for, is the position sensor is located to the left of the motor. So you lift that up. Holla. This thing fell off, so I have to put that back on. This is the position sensor, this thingy. You see how it has the 2 black prongs there, and they're varying heights, varying angles. Sorry, my other little robot is going off right now. Then those fit in to there, which I do not remember them being in there when I started this project. So it says the grouping with the yellow wire must be on the left side, and the grouping with the orange wire must be on the right side. And the yellow and orange wires must be the inner wires as pictured. Okay. And then it says to make sure that all the wires are connected properly, and they do look like that to me. So we're just gonna push it on down in there. So as I showed you, there are 2 black prongs on the back of the sensor that slide into the 2 holders on the base, and you can use tape to secure them if necessary, which I don't think is necessary. There's tape on there from whoever put this together at the manufacturer. So now I need to carefully put the control panel bezel thing back on without jacking that up again. So I'm gonna put this back together, hopefully without messing it up. Make sure all the buttons pop through. Looks like the sensor is still in place. So I will push all that down, and then of course you have to screw everything down again, and here's hoping I did it right so I do not have to take this thing apart again. If you recall, I got rid of the lube that was on the track where the globe rotates. So I just use a little bit of this Guardsman furniture polish, which is what I've been using for years, and it's been working fine. I use a paper towel, make it so that it's not lumpy, and then I just wipe it on that track like this. I don't touch the gear thing, kind of on purpose, because I don't know what furniture polish would do for that. But it just needs a tiny amount of lube. And Litter Robot has told me that they usually just recommend Pledge, but I'll link to this and Pledge if you want, if you need to buy some if you don't have any furniture polish already. And that's where this goes, is right there on the back, on the base. So it's just a little sticker. Depending on how much you care about alignment, is where that would go. That's going to be your QR code to do your Litter Robot app. So we want to check that out and scan that. Now we need, this is just that one that I peeled off. I needed somewhere to stick it. So then you plug in your unit using the power supply included, turn the unit on and let the initial clean cycle finish. The globe should be returned to the home position. Now we're gonna put it all back together. Oftentimes on my videos I get comments about this, so I'm just gonna make it clear. You do not want your Litter Robot to touch any walls. That's one of their deals. And then it needs to be on a level surface. So I don't have the cat litter mat, or I don't have it underneath it, I have it butted up against it. One of the things that I often do by accident is not line this up, like this time. Alright, and then the bonnet. You gotta put the back tabs in first, and then the side tabs. Back tabs in, side tabs in. Last step, plug it in, plug it in. Now it will do a full cycle, and let's hope that we don't get 3 blinking lights. Yay guys, it completed its cycle. We got the blue light, so that was the problem. Yes! So one of the things, whenever you do anything to the litter robot, if you take it apart to clean it, if you add more litter, if you take away litter, one thing that I have learned in owning the litter robot is that you absolutely want to run a cycle every time afterwards, because if you don't, and it just says ready, then you're not for sure if there will be other issues. Like one time I overloaded it with litter, not knowing that I had put too much in there, and then it wouldn't cycle, or actually it cycled like halfway and then it stopped and wouldn't complete the cycle. So it's always a good idea to run it and make sure that that blue light comes on that says ready. Also wanted to talk about the accessories package because we're looking at it. This is the ramp, and then this is the fence, and then the other accessory part is the litter bags that come with it for the waste drawer. I have found that the fence really helps with litter scatter, but also over the years, other readers have shown me pictures of their litter robot where this one doesn't have the fence, but their cats have just torn the heck out of this, you know, wanting to cover. It lifts this thing off and everything. So the fence actually protects all of that from happening. I didn't know that that even happened because my cats don't do that. But after seeing it happen, I see how important the fence is to have, just in case. Because if they start lifting off this and, you know, consequently destroying it with their nails, like not on purpose obviously, then you're gonna have this all lifted up and it will be a problem in the making. This one almost finished. The ramp also helps with litter scatter, and as my cats have aged, they actually also have like little pee dribbles. So I will notice like a drop or two of urine, and that's nice that it catches that because I can easily wipe that off from the plastic rather than wiping it off my floor, for example. Now I'm gonna hold down the cycle and empty button. Okay, now see how now it turned blue. There weren't any instructions in the upgrade kit, I don't think. I'll have to go look back and look, but I went and watched the old video that I did with Kirk and saw that, oh right, that this now has to connect with Wi-Fi, so it has to connect to my Wi-Fi here in my house, and that's why you wait for it to turn blue. The blue light on the power button just means now that the litter robot is in Wi-Fi mode, and then this is when you're gonna connect it to your app. I only have this camera that I'm using, which is my iPhone, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the footage that we did years ago with my brother-in-law Kirk. That way you can like see how the app works and how to connect it all, so that that's all included within this video as well.
We turned it back, or plugged it back in, turned it back on, it went through a cycle, and now we have to test if the installation worked. So we're going to hold down the cycle and empty buttons until the power button turns blue. There we go.
Woo woo!
So the button turned blue, and that means that the litter robot is now in Wi-Fi mode. So we now need to follow the onboard instructions for our litter robot and download the Connect Litter Robot app, which I've already done. You can see it here on my phone. Open up the app and follow the instructions.
So cute.
Okay, so that's allow. We're gonna create an account. Okay, so it's asking for a name, so I'm gonna put in Floppycats. Ooh, can't spell. An email address.
Jenny at Floppycats. Yes, I'm gonna get turd alerts on my email.
Oh. Next, we need to set up a password. Okay, so create the account. Okay, sign up successful. Now you connect to your litter robot. Congrats on your new litter robot. Now let's get started setting it up. Have a skittish kitty.
Oh, this is good. This isn't applicable here because we have already exposed the cats and they've had the litter robot for over a year. But this would be like if you're first getting your litter robot, instructions on how to expose them to it and stuff, which is really important.
Okay, so you gotta enable the Wi-Fi, which I've already done. Blue, release the cycle and empty buttons. Press next once the power button is blue. So we have a blue power button. Okay, so we gotta find our serial number and QR code, which is what we placed on the back of the little robot, and also on the box that it came in. So maybe we'll use the box. Yeah, so it scanned the QR code, and that was successful. Now we gotta name our litter robot. So we've named the litter robot, and we hit next.
It's nice that they have this 4 of 6 type stuff.
Yes. Okay, so now we need to connect your phone to your litter robot's hotspot. Leave the app and open your phone settings app. Tap on Wi-Fi. Select the network named litter robot, and enter the password and never scoop. Well, it kind of timed out being in Wi-Fi mode, so we had to reset it.
So you had to reset it and make sure that the blue light was on so that it would recognize the litter robot Wi-Fi.
So now we select that and put in the password, which is never
scoop,
and hit join. So now I'm on the litter robot Wi-Fi, and I'm gonna hit next. And it says it's waiting for my little robot to connect. Okay, there we go. And now we have to choose our home Wi-Fi, and I gotta enter my password. Logged on our home Wi-Fi.
Ooh, it's making some lights in there.
This Wi-Fi is confirmed, and now it's finishing up.
It's on 5 of 6, yeah.
Yeah.
So the blue light inside the litter robot keeps lighting up and then turning off. So obviously letting you know probably that something's happening.
And then it did say earlier once it was set up it would go through a cycle, so that's what it's doing.
Yay!
And it's actually telling me that the clean cycle's in process.
Oh, nice.
So it's also got a waste level gauge, which it's going to fill up as the cats use it, and then you have to reset it by the looks of it once you've emptied it. So that's pretty cool. It's got history, which is going to be
nil.
Nothing right now. That it's got a clean cycle. There's insights, which I guess that's just keeping some data, keeping track of what's been going on. And then a remote, so you can turn on a night light. Put it in sleep mode, which I'm assuming is when you're not here. Or you can turn it off from your app.
No, sleep mode's probably so like you can sleep and it won't run while you're sleeping.
Oh, notifications and stuff. Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, you're talking about app. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't know. It could be the app or it could
yeah,
be.
I'll include a link to the Litter Robot's website so that you can see all that stuff and how it's explained. We're just learning this right now. All right, guys, that does it for our video on how to upgrade your Litter Robot 3 to a Litter Robot 3 Connect. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments in the About section below. If you're considering buying a litter robot, you can save $25 off your purchase of one through our affiliate link, which can be found in the About section of this video. And then sometimes I remember to put it in the comments too. Also, the reason why you want to do the upgrade kit is because of these messages I got on my iPhone letting me know that there was a fault home position, which is why the Wi-Fi is valuable, because it tells you either it's full or the waste roller is full, or if it's off kilter, it will tell you all of those things. So that's the advantage of the upgrade kit, is if you don't see the unit every day, if you're not walking by it, and then you'll be notified that there's something wrong so that you can address it more quickly. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.